So, before we trade Kyrie Irving to every team in the NBA, let me just state that this video is 100% meant to be taken seriously, and there is no satire to be seen in this video. With that being said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the madness. First, we start off with the Celtics. I can cook up a real Photoshop for you, just real quick. Mwah. Here you go, a real quick Photoshop of Kyrie Irving in a Celtics jersey. I think it looks nice. They trade him for Jason Tatum because he is clearly the better player, because he is getting more money. And don't look at the plus-minus win stats. And this is 100% not satire, as we stated before the video. This would be a perfect trade for the Celtics because Kyrie would be back, and we all know how much Celtics fans love Kyrie. Next up, we have the Philadelphia 76ers trading Tobias Harris and a second-round pick for Kyrie Irving. I mean, how could you not love this trade? Kyrie to the Sixers, right? They need an absolute shot maker. They need a point guard because they don't have James Harden and Tyrese Maxey. And Tobias Harris has that stupid contract that they don't want. No, we don't want that contract. And I mean, Kyrie Irving is the guy that will put them over the top 100% in my honest opinion. Like I keep saying in these videos, this is 100% not satire. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Jrue Holiday for Kyrie Irving. The better all-star, all-around player, championship caliber player gets traded to the Nets. So the Bucks get an unprotected first-round pick from the Nets and Kyrie Irving as a consolation prize because they smoked too much and they wanted Kyrie for Giannis's purposes. Yeah, that's 100% the reasoning, and this trade would make 100% sense, and Jrue Holiday is better than Kyrie Irving. Next up, we have the Cavs trading Ricky Rubio, Caris LeVert, and Isaac Okoro to the Cavs, and I think this trade speaks for itself. Ricky Rubio is essentially better than Kyrie Irving, and he just came back, is on a friendly deal for the team. Caris LeVert, I can cook you up a real quick Photoshop for you in the Nets jersey. Let me cook that up for you. Mwah. Here you go. I think it looks beautiful, doesn't it? And Isaac Okoro, because he has to be in every trade, and the Nets get good pieces around KD who they will not trade, and the Cavs get Kyrie to be with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell as the best backcourt in the league. Yeah, that makes sense. Next up, we have the Miami Heat. And the Miami Heat trade is actually a little serious, right? Because this one, and the Miami Heat trade is actually in a serious manner, because, well, this feels like it will actually happen, and it can happen. Not that this trade will happen, but it actually can happen, and the Heat are one of the teams that will be for sure interested in Kyrie Irving. And Kyle Lowry's salary match with Nikola Jovic as a young guy and a lottery protected first round pick to the Nets for Kyrie. I guess we could see something like this happening if, you know, Kyrie does indeed get traded, which I still have serious doubts about, even though he requested a trade, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And this one was a little serious. I'm sorry to all of you who enjoy sarcasm. Next up, we have the Knicks. Derrick Rose, RJ Barrett, and Obi Toppin. I mean, this is a beautiful trade for everyone, right? A rival team trading each other. The Knicks get the huge superstar, and Nets get a better superstar in Derrick Rose that has actually won an MVP in this league. So a better player right now, and RJ Barrett for 4 years. Yeah, I forgot to add a first round pick in here, but imagine there is a first round pick here, and I'm not gonna do anything else because I'm too lazy for that. Obi Toppin also is included in this deal, and it's a beautiful deal in my opinion. Next up, we have the Hawks trading Trae Young for Kyrie Irving. Straight up, I think that's an incredible deal, and I followed the wrong script, and it's actually Kyrie Irving and a first round pick to the Hawks for Trae Young, and I mean, KD gets a better point guard, and the Hawks get a first round pick. Win-win deal, right? Absolutely incredible stuff from us here at the Romidas Studios, and the best trading guys in the business. We are the best at these trades and the mock trades business and everything like that. I don't know how do you say, just a trade business. Next up, we have the Pacers trading TJ McConnell and Daniel Tice for Kyrie Irving. No picks added because, I mean, TJ McConnell is a true point guard and better point guard overall than Kyrie Irving, right? Not a better scorer, but a better point guard. And Daniel Tice is a menace. Yeah, Daniel Tice is fucking garbage. But Kyrie Irving goes to the Pacers, plays with Tyrese Haliburton. They create the best backcourt in NBA history, and the Pacers have the cap space to get him. So special trade right here. Next up, we have the Bulls trading Lonzo Ball, Marko Simonovic, and Alex Caruso to the Bulls for Kyrie Irving. I mean, Alex Caruso would be a great role player around KD. Lonzo Ball, if he ever plays, will be great, and the Bulls can get rid of his salary. Marko Simonovic, I mean, incredible. I don't know, it's kind of weird for me to actually joke around Lonzo's situation and contract, so yeah, that kind of still sucks ass, and this trade sucks ass, so let's not stay here for much longer, because this is actually sad. Kyrie Irving to the Raptors for Fred VanVleet and Chris Boucher. I think Raptors get Kyrie Irving, who is a better superstar, right? They will win the title this year. And the Nets get Fred VanVleet, who they can actually extend this summer. And, you know, he will be cheaper than Kyrie Irving, and a Chris Boucher as a complementary piece for them as a shooter. I think this deal makes perfect sense for both teams. Wizards. Kyrie Irving, Will Barton, Kyle Kuzma, Monte Morris. Beautiful trade. I think Will Barton, Kyle Kuzma, and Monte Morris with KD is championship contender. And Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal backcourt will be the best thing we've seen since Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal backcourt. And this trade, I'm gonna be serious right here. Don't tell me this is a trade you wouldn't see the Wizards front office actually trying to make. I'm not being, you know, sarcastic here. I would genuinely think the Wizards would do something like this with a pick in it, but who knows? We're here to do SATIRE, so yeah, I think this would be a beautiful, beautiful trade, right, for the Wizards. -6 wins, beautiful stuff right here. Next up, we have the Magic. Kyrie Irving for Markelle Fultz and Gary Harris, matching salaries. You get two good players on the Nets. The Magic get a superstar. They win the title this year in a special second half of the season, and yeah, it would be a beautiful thing. Next up, we have another Magic trade, because this one was more funny. And Kyrie Irving for Jonathan Isaac. They're basically the same person, right? They go to the same church, I think. Don't look up Jonathan Isaac church and things around that. We're not here to do, you know, debate that, but yeah, don't look that up. Kyrie Irving for Jonathan Isaac, Mo Bamba, and Bol Bol. I think Bol Bol plays with KD. The next KD plays with KD. It's beautiful. Bol Bol, KD pick and rolls would be the best thing to happen to basketball in the history of basketball. Mo Bamba, he has a song name about him, so that would be perfect for the Nets. And Jonathan Isaac would give them a better Ben Simmons when he gets to full fitness. Next up, we have the Pistons getting Kyrie and a first-round pick for Killian Hayes, who is essentially already better than Kyrie Irving, right? Marvin Bagley, who also is the next KD, next to KD, and Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks. I mean, Nets would be instant championship favorites after this trade, and the Pistons would have Kyrie Irving next to Kate and a first-round pick. I mean, what a win-win trade this is right here. Next up, we start with the Western Conference. The Nuggets get Kyrie Irving for Michael Porter Jr. and Ish Smith. And Ish Smith is one of the best point guards to ever play the game. And it would be a pleasure for the Nets to have him instead of Kyrie Irving. And Michael Porter Jr. would be a sniper next to KD. I think that's a beautiful trade right here for both teams. I mean, imagine the backcourt of Kyrie and Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic on defense in the playoffs. They would lock everyone down. Next up, we have the Grizzlies. Kyrie Irving for Danny Green, Tyus Jones, and Dillon Brooks. He will essentially take over the Tyus Jones role on the bench. He would be the best six-man in NBA history, and the Grizzlies could get rid of Dillon Brooks. Absolute win-win trade, in my opinion. Next up, we have Kyrie Irving to the Kings for Richaun Holmes and Harrison Barnes. Another win-win trade. Kyrie Irving goes to the Kings, gets the best backcourt of all time with De'Aaron Fox, and the Nets get two incredible role players in Richaun Holmes, who has not played this year, and Harrison Barnes is the reason Kevin Durant came to Golden State and they would play together in Brooklyn. I think it would be a poetic justice to everything that happened in the NBA during the last 69 years. Next up, we have the Pelicans and the Nets, which will get a little serious here, because this could actually maybe happen, and I don't know how. So, Kyrie Irving and Darren Sharp to the Pelicans for Garrett Temple, Jonas Valanciunas, Devontae Graham, Kyra Lewis, and lottery protected first. I don't know, would you actually do this if you were serious? I'm not so sure if I would do this if I were the Pelicans. And, you know, there are some other options where you could throw multiple younger players. Devontae Graham would have to be involved in this deal so the money could ever match. And you could trade Garrett Temple, Kira Lewis, Tyson Daniels, and more players for Kyrie, but I don't think that would make any sense. So this would actually make some sense if they wanted to trade for Kyrie. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to trade for Kyrie if I were the Pelicans, even though they were reported as one of the teams that's interested. Next up, we have the Mavericks, who I think this is one hell of a realistic trade. Kyrie Irving for Davis Bertans, Christian Wood, and a first-round pick. I think that would be an incredible trade. Of course, more likely it would be a Spencer Dinwiddie in here or a Tim Hardaway Jr. in here for Kyrie. And I think this could 100% happen. If we are keeping it realistic for real, Dallas or Lakers are actual destinations that I think he could go, but in my honest opinion, I still don't see him actually going anywhere this season. I just don't trust, I just don't trust anything around the Nets and the trade requests. I think he'll just stay as a Net this season, honestly. But, I mean, this is fun for me to do, so we're gonna make this video no matter what. Clippers, another realistic destination. Kyrie for John Wall, Robert Covington, Luke Kennard, and a first-round protected pick. I mean, as we're getting realistic, they would get the point guard they want. As the Clippers, you got Kyrie, PG, and Kawhi Leonard, and the Nets get role players around KD who will carry them to a championship, I guess. Yeah, we don't know if KD will actually want to get traded after this, right? So that's gonna be the bigger question around all of this at the end. And the other trade here is Reggie Jackson instead of Luke Kennard, and the Nets would get 2 point guards, John Wall and Reggie Jackson. Both would take over the roles, and Robert Covington with a first-round pick for Kyrie. It's essentially the same, except you trade both point guards instead of one and keep more shooting in Luke Kennard for the Clippers. Next up, we have the Suns, and this is the best trade we have ever seen. Kyrie Irving for Chris Paul and Jock Landale. I think this would be a beautiful trade. Chris Paul next to KD, easy championship. The Rizzler would absolutely destroy it in Brooklyn. He would be cooking up everything, and Kyrie would go to the Suns, play with Devin Booker. They would meet in the finals, and it would be one hell of a showdown. Special things, man. Just what the doctor ordered for both teams, man, I think. Next up, we have the Timberwolves trading for Kyrie Irving, trading D'Angelo Russell to Brooklyn. I can once again show you a beautiful Photoshop of D'Angelo Russell in a Nets uniform. Voila, here you go. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. This Photoshop job was done by the best in the business here at Romy Ednara Studios, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I think this trade is awesome, right? It would be special for both teams. Both teams would once again meet in the finals. Every team that trades for Kyrie Irving in the Western Conference will meet the Nets in the finals, in my honest opinion. Next up, we have the Utah Jazz trading Mike Conley and Taylor Horton-Tucker for Kyrie Irving. Like I said once again, Mike Conley gives them a better veteran presence, and Taylor Horton-Tucker gives them youth. And I mean, he was dubbed the next Kawhi Leonard in the Lakers uniform, right? So they would get next Kawhi and Mike Conley for Kyrie Irving. Both teams get what they want, move off contracts, and meet in the finals in June, man. I think, oh my goodness, we are so good at this. We are so good at making trades over here, man. We need to get more props from the, mainstream media, I think. Warriors, Nets. Straight up trade Kyrie Irving for disgusting. Kyrie Irving for Draymond Green James. Oh, nah, I can't do this sarcastically, man. Oh, get me out of this hell. Thunder. That was nasty. Let me catch a breath a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna cut this out because we need to be 100% authentic here, right? Alright, Thunder trading for Kyrie Irving, and they get a lottery first round pick for Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, Darius Bazley, and Mike Muscala. It would not work without cash consideration, which we would get here, right? And they would get Kyrie Irving next to Shea and trade Josh Giddey, and it would make sense as the Nets would get young stars and the Thunder would make a run at the championship with Kyrie and Shea, because that would 100% work as a championship caliber team just with that trade. Next up, we have the Lakers trading for Kyrie Irving, Russ, 2 firsts for Kyrie and Kessler. This is actually more likely, and you could maybe throw in, Joe Harris in here, as it would be maybe more realistic, with the Nets getting matching salary from the Lakers, and this is something that we could actually see happening. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant on the same team would be special, in my opinion. Next up, Portland trading Jusuf Nurkic, Anthony Simons for Kyrie Irving and a first round pick. I mean, Kyrie and Dame would win a championship without anyone else, and the Nets would get younger in Anthony Simons and a beautiful center next to KD. Jusuf Nurkic would play the Enes Kanter role, which KD always loved in Oklahoma City. I mean, Enes Kanter was one of his favorite teammates. Don't look up anything about Enes Kanter. I mean, Enes Freedom, pardon me. Or they could actually swap Dame for Kyrie and get rid of, Dame's bad contract. And I want to get under everyone's skin over here, because this is 100% not satire. Dame could prove he's better than Steph by playing with KD and winning championships. And Kyrie could, get a deal in the offseason, and the Blazers maybe, I don't know why the Blazers would do this, but they would get a first round pick here, right? I mean, it's pretty beautiful. I think this trade was 100% cooked up by the best. Spurs, is it even worth going over this, man? Is it? Is there anything to actually, laugh at this? I mean, they could trade I mean, every huge salary they have a lottery protected first for Kyrie, I guess. But I mean, Pop might retire after that. And lastly, we have the Rockets, and that's more of the same. Do we even have to go over this? Hey, production, man, production. Do we have to even trade Kyrie to the Rockets? Do we really have to trade him to every team? I guess. I guess you get Eric Gordon, Boban Marjanovic, and Jason Tate, and a lottery first round pick to the Nets for Kyrie. And I mean, Kyrie could teach Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green the right ways of playing, iso ball, maybe. That would be beautiful, I suppose. Oh, that was tiring, man. For real now, let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about Kyrie requesting a trade? It's more of a contract dispute, of course. They don't want to give him the deal over the summer, and yeah, he would leave as a free agent. He requested a trade. I don't know. It's a real messy situation. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you laughed at some of these trades. Hope you watch till the end. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video, and we'll do some of this soonish once again. Love you all.